Hey, how are we doing today, guys? So today I wanted to do a review between these two different wireless earbuds. So I've got the JLAB Go Airs, and then I've got these On Groove headphones. Now, I wanted to do this comparison because they're not that far in price. These On Groove headphones cost 25 bucks, and these JLABs cost 30 bucks. And also, they're both for sale at Walmart. And I was thinking maybe somebody'd be in Walmart and they'd see both of these earbuds side by side, and they'd be like, which one of these should I buy? They may look up a review, and I hope that brought you here. Let me know in the comment section if it did, and let's go ahead and get into the comparison. So to get started, I want to go ahead and compare the sound between these because it's definitely the most important feature when it comes to a headset. That's the whole purpose of a headset, is to sound good. Now, starting with these JLABs, I wanted to say I watched a couple of reviews on these before I picked them up, and I picked them up a little bit before I picked up the On Groove headphones. And these JLABs, all of the reviews were saying basically the same thing, that price to performance, these are great headphones. They sound really good. They have a lot of options. Now, I totally 100% agree with that. They do sound great, but I had one issue with these, and that's the fact that to me personally, they did not get loud enough to drown out most of the sound around me. A lot of the times I could still hear people talking at normal volumes, and that is a no-go for me. When it comes to earbuds, I want to only hear what I'm trying to listen to, and if I want to listen to something on the outside, I'll pause it. Now, that brings me to these headphones, which greatly surprised me. These are really loud, like so loud to the point at highest volume, sometimes I would have to turn them down, which is not like me. I usually like to leave it all the way turned up. I feel like there's a small issue as far as how loud they get when it comes to the highs. They do get a bit loud, so much so to the point where it's a little bit too loud for your ears. But if you turn it down one notch, they're still really loud and they sound really great, and they sound really great all the way turned up, minus those highs being just a little bbit too loud. They're not tinny or anything. They don't sound distorted. They're just really loud. They sound really good. I feel like the bass and the treble and the mids, it just does a good job of balancing all of those between them in these earbuds, and I think that's really great. Now with the JLABs, you have built-in equalizer that has 3 different presets. It has a bass preset, a treble preset, and then you have a JLAB signature preset, which is my preference. It just kind of gives a balance between everything, and it sounds really good. Now, as far as the entirety of sound quality goes, I definitely have to give it to the On Groove just because they're louder, and I like the stock sound profile on these a lot better. Alrighty guys, so next I wanted to move into comfort, which is the next most important thing to sound. I mean, it doesn't matter how good that they sound, if it's uncomfortable in your ear, you're not gonna wanna wear them. And I have to say that for the most part, they're pretty comfortable for earbuds. I haven't found a lot of earbuds with this particular shape that are just, I mean, I could wear them for hours on end. Not that you could anyway, because you know, battery constraints for something so small is not that big. Now, I would say for the JLABs, I wear these just a little bit. I could wear these a little bit longer without feeling any ear fatigue or like ear pinching feelings. And I would have to say that mostly that's because of the fact that they're not so much smaller, but the fact that they're smaller than these and they have more rounded edges than the On Grooves. So I guess it just gives it a little bit better of a comfort factor. So I could probably have these in for about maybe 3 hours, the On Grooves, and then the JLABs I could probably have in for probably the max battery life, which is about 4 hours, which is the next thing I want to get into. But overall, I want to go ahead and give comfort to the JLABs just because I can wear them a bit longer without my ear fatiguing or needing to pull them out.
Alrighty, guys, this is a mic test for the On Groove headphones, and this is probably what you would hear if you were, or this is what you would sound like probably in a phone call. I've never had any issues with anybody hearing me. You guys let me know what you think, what it sounds like down below. And this is a sound test with, or I'm sorry, this is a mic test with the JLAB Go Air, and same thing, this is what it would sound like if you were maybe in a phone call. Also, haven't had any issues with people hearing me or understanding what I'm saying with these earbuds in either.
All right, so on to the next section, which is the battery life. So the battery life on both of these for the earbuds themselves are the same. You got 4 hours on the On Groove and you got 4 hours on the JLABs. Now, as far as total battery life, including all charges, you get 15 hours with the On Groove and you get 20 hours with the JLABs, which for me doesn't make a huge difference. That completely depends on how often you're going to use these before you charge them. But for the most part with both of these, I usually charge them about every 2 days just going off how much I listen to music, which with these isn't a lot. I don't usually use these at home unless I'm in the bed listening to something. But other than that, they sound really good. I usually use them when I'm out and about or on break or something like that. Now, as far as charging these earbuds, for the case on the On Groove, it takes about 2 hours to fully charge the case, which gets you that full 15 hours of playback. And for this one, it takes about an hour and a half. Now, where these differ as far as charging goes, the JLABs have a quick charge feature. So once you drop these earbuds into the case, you can drop them in there for 15 hours and get an hour of playback time. Now, with these On Groove headphones, you don't get that quick charge feature. And that completely depends on how you use them as well. If you're like me and you don't charge things as much as you should, or you forget to, or you just don't plug it in, these would come in handy just because you could drop them in for 15 minutes and you still have that hour of playback time, and the case charges up faster by about 30 minutes than this On Groove headset. So next I want to move into connectivity. They both have about a range of 30 feet, which for me holds up pretty well. I really don't have any issues. I'm not terribly far from my phone most of the time, but when I'm in my apartment with all the walls and the closed doors, I really never have an issue of being connected no matter where I'm at in the house. And my apartment's about 1,000 plus, a little bit more than 1,000 square feet, so it's not really a big issue. I've really never had an issue of these disconnecting or skipping or distorting or anything like that. Next, I wanted to move into connectivity to the phone. Now, I know for a fact that these JLAB support Bluetooth 5.0. I can't really tell anywhere on the internet or in the box if these support 5.0, but as far as using them, these connect just a little bit faster than the JLABs. I think that's in part due to the fact that these On Grooves have a case that you open, and once you open it, it automatically starts connecting. These JLABs do not have a case, so you have to pull them out before they start connecting, and once they do, it just takes a second, I guess, to initialize, and then it connects, but it's really not a huge noticeable difference. Once you pull them out, by the time you put them in your ear, they're connected on both of them, so it's not really an issue. To wrap up with just a few things that I may have not put in those separate sections just because I think they're features that are onto themselves that need to be said individually. So one thing I really like about the JLABs is that they come with a built-in USB cable, so you never have to plug in a separate cable. It comes attached to the bottom of the case, which is mad convenient. You can literally use that anywhere. You can just plug it in and you're good to go. The On Grooves use a micro USB connection, which is kind of annoying. I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm trying to find most of my stuff with USB-C. That way, if I'm taking anything anywhere, I have a power bank and maybe one charger to charge everything, and it all connects via USB-C. So that's not a huge issue, but it is something I did want to mention. And the other little thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that these On Grooves do not come with touch controls. Big issue for me when it comes to wireless earbuds, just because I don't like jamming that thing in my ear or having to use multiple fingers to hold it and push the button at the same time. That's not really an issue with the JLABs because they have touch controls and they're actually super responsive. It's easy to just tap it and go. So I find myself when I'm using the On Grooves, I don't really change the songs or change the volume too much with the earbuds just because I don't want to have to jam it in my ear and then pull it back out just to get back to that comfortable fit. So if that is an issue for you, then maybe the On Grooves are not for you if you find yourself using those buttons a whole lot more. So wrapping everything up, I would say that both of these are a really good option. Should you save $5 and get the On Grooves? It's completely up to you. It's only $5, but if that does make the difference, I would say go ahead and get them if your preference is sound quality. The sound quality on these On Grooves is better to me. It's better in every way, in my personal opinion. If you're looking for the features, I would go ahead and get the JLABs. You know, the ability to have quick charge with the case, a faster charging case, a USB cable that's already connected to the case so you don't have to get an extra cable, touch controls. I would go with the features. So features or sound quality, that's gonna make your choice. Alrighty guys, that is the end of the video. If you did find that you liked the video, please leave a like down below. If you wanna see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. I'll get to those as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. Take it easy.